Okay. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Jason, Jenny, Jessica, Nikita. Oh my God, everyone's coming too fast. So hi, everyone as they're coming through. While we're waiting for everyone to come on board, if you want to just put in our chat just to say hi, where are you guys from? What state? What's the weather like? And you might want to help me with a little problem I'm having with that dude on the screen at the moment. He reminds me of someone in an ad, and I can't put my finger on it. So if you guys recognize him and he looks like someone from one of your one of the ads that are around, just put it into the chat and the Q&A and just let us know if you've got any ideas. It's been rattling my brain trying to figure out who he is. But yeah, we'll start the webinar very shortly. But yeah, hi everyone that's coming. You came through too quickly, so I do apologize if I don't say hello to you all individually, but I think it's all nice of you all coming through with us today. We've got they're saying that the chat's disabled. Why is my chat disabled? Let's have a look. Okay, everybody, now try and see if you can do the chat, see if the chat's working. I think I've got it up working now. So if everyone wants to throw in the chat, say hello, tell us where you're from, like solve my solution with the dude there. Yeah, so thanks, Kylie, for letting us know the chat's not there, but if you can, everyone now can see if the chat is now, if everyone has got access to the chat, that would be fantastic. Great. It's so nice having attendees that are communicating with us here. Fantastic.
Still not working. Okay. Could have the Q&A up. Ask any questions through the Q&A, but the chat, not sure.
Okay, I've given everyone access to the chat, so hopefully if not, but anyway, we do have the Q&A there anyway. So yes, the chat's now working. Thanks, Kylie. Yeah. Kylie's our little superstar helping us today, figuring that all out. Thank you so much. Well, on that note, now that we've got all the technical stuff done, I would like to say welcome to our webinar today. And our webinar is talking about enhance your patient's online booking experience. So what we're looking at basically today is looking at the new features that we have with our online booking, so e-appointments. And with these new features we have, it makes for a more enhanced or a better way for our patients to make bookings online. As we all know, when people are selecting dentists and booking appointments, it's kind of a very emotional side of things. So they would like to sort of have a little bit more connection to that booking. So some of those features are going to help us with that today, to get us all up and on board. As we know now, having online bookings is becoming a central part of our dentistry because, you know, a lot of people now are on their devices all the time. And so maybe when you send out your recall reminders with an SMS, having them have that little call to action by having a link to make their appointment is making it a lot easier, especially when they're not looking at their messages until they finish work and going through all that 8 o'clock at night. It makes for a good time for that situation that we have. So I do apologize if my head goes to the left, but I've got my monitor on the side here to go through. So we've got a little housekeeping as we do in our webinars, and our housekeeping is I'm going to welcome the team. So there is a group with me today. So I have got Mona with us today. Now, Mona's our product manager for our eForms and our e-appointments. She was the lady behind putting this webinar together and sending out all the information to you guys to let you know this webinar is on. So she's fully quite knowledgeable about our eForms and e-appointments. Also joining me today is I've got Vicky from the Training Consulting Department. And Vicky's
Hi.
Hi, Vicky. Great for them. Thanks for saying hi to us. And then Vicky is the consultant that looks after e-forms and e-appointments. So if you're lucky enough to book a session with Vicky, she's great to go and give you some tips and how to help you with anything that you have regarding your e-forms or e-appointments. She's our go-to lady, and you can now put a face to her if you've had any sessions, if you're lucky enough. So yeah, she's the one to go through. And myself.
Thank you. Continue,
No,
please, Linda.
no problems. And for myself, I suppose I better introduce myself. I'm Linda, and I'm also from the training and consulting department. And I oversee e-forms and e-appointments and sort of work closely with Vicky. But she's the main guru for our e-forms and e-appointments.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Linda.
Linda. Thank you.
No problems, guys. So they're going to help me out with the webinar today. So we're in listening mode. So obviously you guys can't chat to us during out the webinar, but you can certainly put any questions you have into the chat or into the Q&A. So any questions, put them in there, because our lovely Vicky is going to be looking after those questions for us today and letting us know what's going on. And another way that we're also going to have you communicate with us today is we are going to put some questions up of our own. So we're going to have some polls throughout the webinar where we just put some questions up where we just like you to answer. So it's our way of interacting with you as well. And we'll be able to work with those questions as we have as well. We are recording this webinar, and so you're going to be fortunate enough to get the recording after this webinar, and that's when Mona will come into play. She will be sending you out an email giving you the recording for the webinar, and also to any other links and resource information that you need that you might want to use after this particular webinar. She'll actually send that out into the email for you as well.
Sure.
Now, we'll obviously endeavour to look at your questions throughout the webinar, but sometimes, I get a bit crazy and Vicky might not be able to push her way through with me talking. So we do have a question time at the end to address any questions that you have. Or if you come to the end and you've got some questions, we'll have some time set aside for you to do that. Okay, so let's discover what we're going to be looking at today in today's webinar. The first one we're going to look at is we can now look at provider profile. So provider profile is enabling you to now put a picture and a bit of a bio linked to your e-appointments so that the patients can actually see who they're booking the appointment with. We've also got the ability now to make appointments online bookings within a promotion. So if you have a promotion running in the practice, you can actually set up the promotions in the online booking so that they're actually booking the appointment for that particular promotion. We've now got fees. So we can actually put a fee to your appointment reasons. So now when a patient makes a booking online, they can actually see the price of that treatment that they're having, and you can have that visible. And we've also got some new little enhancements for bookings. This is enabling patients to make it sort of easier to make multiple appointments, especially if you've got the mum booking, the 6 kids in for examinations. We've got some features enhancements that we'll show you about there. So what the patient will see to start with. So when we're looking at a profile, we're going to look at the profile. They can see the photo, they can see if they speak any particular languages, and if there's a bit of an overview bio and what educations or qualifications they have. We'll also be looking at the promotion. So up here is where they can see what promotions you're running at that particular time. And by clicking on that, they can then find what appointments would be available for that particular promotion. And when we look at the fees now, you can actually see, here's the appointment reason, and you can now see the fee price attached to that particular appointment that we have. Great. So how to make this possible? Because I know those of you have got online bookings or e-appointments already. Oh, gee, I want to get this up and doing. How can we do it? This is how we can do it. So to create the provider profile, here we log into eServices. go to hamburger icon, and we go to practice management. We go to e-appointments management, and then there's a tab provider profile. On this, you can select, if you've got multiple locations, what your surgery name is and the provider. And then at the upload here, we can upload the photo and put the image in here. So we go upload. And once we upload that, you can move it around to see, do a bit of cropping. Once you've done that, you'll just hit crop. And so there's the image. Go great. If you speak the languages, then you can just click on the languages that we have available. And then the overview, this is a little bit of a bio that you can put. You've got 1,500 characters to put a bit of a bio. Obviously, I'm just being very short with my one, love treating children, but you can do any little lovely little bio there that you need. And then you can list all your qualifications here. Once again, you've got 1,500 characters to put in your qualifications. So you can put any and everything there that you think would be interesting to a particular patient that we have. So in this case, just be dentistry, etc., that you can actually do. And then all you have to do is save. So we save. And now it comes up and lets you know that the provider has information has successfully been saved. So you know it's been saved. I'm going to go back up to our little hamburger icon up here, and I'm going to go back to our e-appointments because now I want to show you what it looks like. So if we go up here to our providers and we drop down and we go looking for now Caroline Harding, click down here, click on Caroline Harding. You can now see when her name appears, her photo's there. Click on the eye, the information, and then you get all the information so the patient can actually easily see that, easily available. Okay, promotions. Oh, what's these dots going to appear? Oh my God, we've got a poll. So everybody, we've now got a poll with a question that we need to ask. So if you just give me a moment, I'm just going to launch that for us. So on the poll here, are you where you can do promotions e-appointments? Did anyone come here with that idea at all? So we'll just leave that there for a little bit for everybody to see what's happening. Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Get my teeth back in, participating in this today. It really helps us. So we're doing really well. I'm just going to end that poll. And guys, we had 75% of you said no, you didn't. So hopefully what I'm about to show you now will get you excited and want to do the promotions in your online bookings. And we also said 25% have yes, and I hope those 25% have been using it. Okay, so let's look at what we're going to, how you can set up a promotion. Okay, so that's your promotion there on your online bookings. Go to our hamburger icon and we'll go to our practice management. And in this now we go to e-appointments management and we go to our special tab called promotions management. When we click on this, you can do, once again, select locations. You've got several locations, so you can do a promotion per location. Actual actually shows you the current promotions that you're running, and that's visible on your online. Expired, these are your previous promotions that you have. So you can go searching for them. So if you wanted to see one that you did a year ago, see what information or what you put, details you put in there, you can just go refer back to, or you can go back to actual here and we can then hit recreate. So creating one. So you put the name. So this is what the name the patients would see. So you would put something in here that the patient would refer to. So like tooth whitening. You then got to connect it to a reason. So this has to already be an existing reason that's already linked to a provider. So in this case, I've got a reason called tooth whitening consultation. I've linked it. I can put a description here. This is not visible to the patients. This is for you to put down exactly what you're trying to aim for that promotion, or any details there that for in the future, if you wanted to know. You can also select what providers are offering this promotion. The period here, if you leave it blank, this will be considered an ongoing promotion, so there'll be no end date. Or if you put the start date, you can say, okay, I want it to start on this particular date. And if you leave the end date, or continue being an ongoing promotion, or you can put the end date like that. So you can have an actual time period that you can have that promotion. I'm not going to have any dates, and I'll show you when we do that. You can then put a fixed pricing that's for all the providers, so maybe $500, or you could do a percentage, which is a percentage of the price that patient that dentist will have as their fee for that tooth whitening there. But you need to have that in the reasons, which is our next one that we'll be talking about. But in this case, I'm just going to put 500 and I'm going to save it. So there's our promotion already there. Now, as you can see, it's saying it's active. Now, if during the time you've got an ongoing promotion and things are getting a bit busy at work and you can't fit any more in, you can actually suspend it. So it's just suspended for a little while and then make it active again once you've got more appointments available in there. If by highlighting that promotion, you can edit and you can delete it and create it. And also too, what's so really great here is also too, you can see bookings that are attached to that particular promotion as well. Now, add fees to your appointment reasons. Now, adding your fees to your appointment reasons, you can do this for individual providers, and you don't have to do it for all reasons. You can just do it for some reasons. So to do this, we will go up to a hamburger icon again, and we'll go into our practice management and e-appointments management. And we're going to now go to our provider reasons list. So once again, you can pick the location and you can pick the provider. Like I said, we can do individual providers. And we can actually select the reasons that we've already got here. We can put a fee to either one. So pick the pen icon, which is your edit. And there you can put your fee pricing in there. And then you can save it. So now that reason will appear with that price that you have there. If you're adding any reason over to the patient, so here we're going to add a broken tooth, we can put a fee there if we wish, and we can save. We've got the search up here, so we can actually search if we have got a particular reason available. And in this case, I've got no ortho reason, so I'm just going to add and create the ortho reason. So at the ortho, when you're creating the reason and go ortho, you can't do the pricing in there. We're just adding that reason. But then once you click on that reason to add over to a provider, then you can do the fee price. You can now edit the fee price. So at some point, if you want to say, I don't want the fee anymore, you can come in here, you can edit it and just put naught. Or if you just want to reduce it or increase it, you can increase it at any point in time by just making that edit change that you have there. Okay. How are we going, Vicky? Any questions so far, or are we all doing all right?
We've had a couple of questions. So firstly, there is a question there on eForms. It's just regarding, it's saying, can you upload a PDF new patient form for people to download and print off? So my response is, in terms of eForms, you will not be able to upload a form. However, you will be able to create and design a new patient form within the eServices portal, and that is located in eForms Manager.
That's right.
The other question we've had is, what if an error comes up while adding promotions? So I think we have seen this with new sites specifically, and I think support can assist you further with any errors that are associated in the active reasons list. So when you are sort of syncing that to your promotions, it may show up as an error, but if you do contact support, they will be able to further assist you there.
Fantastic. Thanks, Vicky. Thank you very much for
Thank
that
you.
one. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is thinking, great, I've now just created all of those, but how is the patient going to experience it? So we're talking about the enhancing their online experience. So how's this now going to look like for a patient now when they book an online booking? So this is what we're going to now look at here now. So in here, you can see here's the appointments we have available. And up here, you can see the promotions we have available. They have to click on the promotion they're interested in, so tooth whitening. And so therefore, these times come available. They click on that's the time that they want. So then when they click in, it comes confirms, tells them what the appointment is, tells them the pricing here, and it also gives them the details of their appointment. And obviously in the notes here, obviously you can tell I don't like typing very much, so I just put in some quick little notes there that they can do, and then they can just confirm the appointment. If we're looking at appointment reasons, they can actually come up here and they can select their provider. And once again, you can see the images come up and they can hit the icon, and then they can see all that information about their provider. Then they can come across and pick their reason. So broken tooth, and you can see now the fee is attached to that. So when they click on that, it now brings up the times that are available, once again, indicating what the price is, and they can now pick the time again. And once again, in their confirmation here, it will tell them what the appointment is. Once again, still what the pricing is. And they can also put in some notes and just then confirm that appointment there. So there. So those are ones that are talking about, your e-forms. Just to reframe that, if you've got e-forms along with your online bookings, when someone books or a booking online, you can set it up so that if it's a new patient, you can suggest them to fill in your new patient e-form. Or if it's existing patient, you can use an updated medical history form, and that can be linked you can have it set up to say, I want them to update it every time they make an online booking, or you might say every 6 months from when they're doing a booking. They can set it all up for you as well. So that's with your e-forms. Now we're talking about looking at bookings, and if you had several bookings to make. The next one we're going to show you is what your patient will experience when booking several appointments. Now, this is one I'm looking at is if they've got an account and they've logged in, which works really well for families, especially the mums who have to sit there and make all the bookings for the kids, or maybe a carer that is in control of making a few appointments for everybody, and they've got to make those appointments for them. This is now going to make that life a little bit easier for those people. So in here, we come into our bookings. Now, like I said, you have to sign in as account. So I've already signed in. And so over here, I can see we've got booked several appointments. So this is available if you've got a logged in account, turns it on. So I'm just going to make a few appointments here. As I make the appointments, they get added down the side here. So I'll just do a few here. So like I said, if you've got the mum or the carer making a few appointments, you've got all that information. You can actually use a different provider, come up and choose a different provider, and then pick that time as well. And once again, it will be listed on the side. So they can actually see all those appointments and double check. Even at this point, they can turn around and say, oh, actually, I don't need Monday, the 11th. I'm just going to turn that one off. And then we can just hit there and go book all. So when we hit the book all, it now shows the appointment. So here's the appointment and here's the patient. Now we can decide if it's for me or if it's a family member. Now, a family member could be a list of family members we've already added to our account, and we just pick the person we want. And then we look at it and go, oh, the person's not there, so we can add a new member. So if a carer's got a new carer, they can add that person's name to it. And so it's just a matter of putting their details in here. Now, when you're adding as a member, you only have to put their name and date of birth here. And then you can just save. And now when you save that, automatically now selected that person for that appointment, and you can put notes in. You can then scroll down to the next appointment and you can do the same thing. You can say me, family member or new member, and then you can confirm the appointment there. So that makes it nice and easier to make those multiple appointments. Like I said, it's going to be more your mums that are doing it for several people, but I think it's a great one for carers too, if they're organising appointments for them.
Linda?
Yes.
I've just had a question come through. Can you have a patient pay for this appointment while making this time? Did you want to answer that one, Linda?
Oh, you can answer if you like, Vicky. If you know,
okay.
You're happy, go for it, Vicky. If you know the answer, go for it.
Yeah, so unfortunately, a patient will not be able to pay for the appointment while making the online booking. But once reception processes it on their end in D4W, if you'd like that option for the patient to pay for the appointment, then reception will be able to contact them. But unfortunately, the e-services portal doesn't allow payment while making an online booking. I've also just had another question come through. Can the patient reschedule an online booked appointment? No. So once they book it, they'll receive a confirmation message, and then to cancel that appointment or to reschedule the appointment, they will need to contact the practice. Okay, hand that back over to you, Linda.
Thanks, Vicky. No problems. Okay, so now we're going to look at someone who doesn't have an account, who probably would like to say, make an appointment. Maybe they've just broken the tooth. They want to make that appointment, but they also know they're due for their checkup and clean, so they can make their broken appointment booking or something like that. So they're able to make a booking while they're logged in to do it, but they won't be able to look back. So we'll just show you someone who's what we call users guest user. So they're just not making an account to make the bookings. So we'll show you how that is processed for you. Okay, so once again, they can do the same booking as before. I haven't logged in this time. Pick the reason. They can pick their provider. And once again, they can see the provider details. Click on the little icon there and see all their information. So they can still see that even though they don't have an account logged in, so still have availability. They can actually see pricing if it's linked to appointment reason, and also see the promotions. They can click on the time. Now, when they click on the time, they then have to enter their details in there. So we do need to have sort of a mobile number, their first name. We also need their last name, and their date of birth. Okay. That we have, because this is the information that we'll use to try and find them in Jennifer Windows when they make the appointment. They're booked now, and now we do have a CAPTCHA, so they're going to have to put it in. We're just doing some little bit of security in here as well. Obviously, we just don't want everyone just coming in making appointments for you, so we just make it so that's not too much for a patient to do, but we can do it. And then we'll actually email them a code. Now, the reason for this is to ensure that the mobile number they put in is actually an active mobile number and it is working. You're not having your competitors down the road just making appointments as they like and putting in fake mobile numbers. Unless we can activate and put that code in, they can't actually go ahead and confirm the booking. So they can actually confirm that booking. So once they've looked at that, it can bring it back to the appointment book. So if they want to make another appointment, they can now put that other appointment in. Once again, like I said, it could be easily doing it for just a checkup, or then, or the broken tooth and then check up again. And so the inpatient information there is there, and they can confirm it there. So while they're still logged in, you can see their details are there. When they're still logged in, they can still go up to their hamburger icon and they can look at the appointment history. So they can actually see those 2 appointments that they've made and go, yep, I'm happy with those appointments that we have there. Great. They can even decide to go back up to the hamburger icon and go e-appointment. So if they have to stay in on the service, they can go to another day and make another booking if they wish to make another booking. And then they can confirm that booking. And while they're still sort of logged in, that's confirming there. They can still go up to the hamburger icon. They can go and look at the appointments again if they think they need to make another appointment, or they can go up here again, look at their appointment history, and they can see those appointments there. But as soon as they log out or remove and turn off the e-services, they can no longer make any online bookings. They can't come back in. If they need to, they'll have to sign up again. So if you sign out, that is it. They would then have to either create an account, which gives them the option here to create that account, or they just have to, put all their details more in there again. But it's just making it easier. If they need to make multiple appointments, they can actually do so. But generally speaking, I find the guest user is more suitable for that individual user, and a logging in account is more suitable for those ones that are doing online bookings quite a bit, or they are using it for multiple family members. That works very well. So you thought that might be the end of it, because that's what I said, what we were going to discover today. But wait, we have some more. So what is the more that we have? We're looking at what is patient discovery. Oh, and hold, my dots have come up again, and that means I've got another poll. So guys, I'm just going to launch our next poll for us. Yeah. And we just want to know, have you heard of patient discovery? So out there, who has heard of patient discovery at all? So here we go. We just leave it up there a little while. Sometimes it just takes a while for your responses to get through to us. So I always like everyone to have a good opportunity to let us know how we're doing. So we'll have time there. Fantastic. We really appreciate guys participating and asking our questions. So of the result of our polls today, we had 62% people didn't know about patient discovery, and 38% said yes, they did. So of the 62, this is now where I'm now going to hand over the baton to Mona, and she's now going to tell you what patient discovery is, so you guys get to know what it's all about. So I'm now going to bring this up for Mona, and it's over to you, Mona.
Thank you, Linda. I will continue with patient discovery. These days, patients expect to be able to search for and book appointments online easily. With patient discovery, we have brought together 9 leading dental directories to bring practices a potential audience of over 80 million patients per month. In patient discovery, we are constantly searching to provide dental practices with the simple and cost-effective ways to bring new patients to their practices and keep that acquisition cost as low as possible. A great investment when you consider the average new patient acquisition cost in Australia is around $250, and customer lifetime value of a dental patient is many thousands of dollars. Current patient discovery directory partners include myhealthfirst.com.au, which is Australia's online health services community platform. With over 250,000 appointments booked each month, you will be able to reach thousands of new patients. The next partner is National Dental Plan, which is Australia's only no-interest ever dental payment plan directory integrated into Dental for Windows. Powered by Hum, a leading buy now, pay later provider, patients now have a simple and affordable payment solution. Hum is partnered with Centre to provide national dental plan, patient payment plans that pay you upfront, as well as directory listing of dentists around Australia for patients looking to book an appointment with an national dental plan participating dental practice. The next partner is doctors.com.au, which is a leading medical directory listing service used by hundreds of thousands of Australians. With doctors.com.au, you can customize your profile with accepted health funds, treatments. You offer your real-time availability and a link to book an appointment at your practice. The next partner is Your Dentist, features the Find a Dentist directory, which is a fully comprehensive dedicated service listing every dentist and every dental practice. The next partner is Medibank, which is a leading private health insurer with 40 years of experience delivering better health to Australians. And the next one is your local dental directory in Australia, which is dentalfind.com.au, and is an online directory of Australian dental clinics. And now we have 2 new directory partners, which have been added recently to Patient Discovery, Hotdoc and HealthShare, the latest addition to Patient Discovery Partner Network. Practices with an active Hotdoc profile in patient discovery have access to the average of 4 new patients per month coming to their dental practice. Also, practices can have access to 10 million yearly active patients, resulting in over 70,000 bookings per day on the platform. And the good thing is that Hotdoc will never buy search engine ads to target patients who are searching for your practice name on Google, which do not put you in a position to compete yourself. And about HealthShare, by adding HealthShare to patient discovery, which will be effective on September this year, practices can have access to 10 million yearly active patients. These were all about patient discovery. Thank you for listening.
No problems. Thank you so much, Mona. Appreciate
worries,
letting
Linda.
us know about patient discovery. So our next one is patient conflict. Here's our dots again. We all know when the dots come up, it's a poll. So here's another one of our polls that we have. Push this one up. So we're just going to ask here, what does patient conflict mean? No, is it a patient angry, patient has a concern, or is it cry for help? So let us know what you think patient conflict is. Fantastic. Oh, you guys are great at responding. That's really makes us happy when you guys come in here and help out with what we're doing. Fantastic. Great. Okay, thank you. I'll end that poll now. So now we're looking at it. We've got a bit of a mixture. Our winner for the day is cry for help with 67%. And we had coming in second, patients angry at 19%, and a patient has a concern is 14%. So of our 67% that said it was a cry for help, you've got it right. So it is a cry for help. And why is it important? So why am I talking to you about patient conflict? Because patient conflict is very good. It's handy when it comes to patient discovery, what we have come through. So patient conflict is that cry for help. It's actually Dental for Windows crying out and saying, guys, I need to determine the patient that's made an appointment. Are they a new patient or are they already an existing patient? So when a patient makes an appointment online, we gather some data that we then cross-reference into Dental for Windows. And then if we can match it exactly, we say there's the appointments made. But if we're not sure, that's when we'll actually come to you and say, is this a new patient? Do we keep the patient file, or do we merge it to the patient we know that it is? And so this is now what we're going to talk about now, is how to manage those patient conflicts. So in your appointment book, these are for people who've got their online bookings. If you see this here, patient number, this is telling you and in my case here, 13 patients have patient conflict. So if you've got a big number sitting here, you need help to tidy it up. We should be really having nothing there each day as you come in, or maybe one or two if patients made bookings over the period. You need to look at it. So when you look at that, then you go to this icon here, which also indicates patient conflict. When you click on that, it then brings up this page. So what this page is telling us is on the left-hand side, this is the information that they entered into the online booking. So when they did the online booking, this is the details that they had entered, and this is the details that we go looking for into Dental for Windows. Over onto the right here, these are the possible matches. So when we can't match it exactly and say, yes, it's already an existing patient or a new patient, it gives us some options there. Are these some possible matches there? So when you look at those possible matches, you can then decide, do I keep it as a new patient? So then it becomes a new patient, or do I find the one I'm looking for there that matches exactly to what I want and say merge to existing patient. And then once you've done that action, that will moves them from that patient conflict and they won't be appearing on your Dental for Windows. So this is a really good way of letting us know that the system, that there's no new patients, it's merging. So if you are in your e-services portal looking at your analytical dashboard and looking at how many new patients came in existing, and you see the status pending, patient pending, that means you've got patient conflict and you need to go in and let us know if it's a new patient or an existing patient. The option 2 that you have, that's the ideal section because you see that up in line. But if you've set up the matched, it doesn't match icon or status in your Dental Windows, then when you actually look on their appointment, you can actually see check possible matches here. So this is letting them know that it's a possible match. But you've got to look for this one, whereas the other one I think is at front of face and you need to look at it. But this is the other option. And when you do the check possible matches, then the same window comes up and you decide whether you keep it as a new patient or you actually find that location, the patient, and you then merge to existing patients that you have there. All right, so that's really important to keep that up to date. And that comes in obviously handy with your patient discovery, letting know which is new and existing patients that you have. Now, I know you're now getting excited. So everybody who's already got e-appointments, although who don't have online appointments, maybe getting excited. Oh, I've got to get signed up and have this on board. But if you are already got the e-appointments and you're getting so excited and want to get these new features up and running on your system, you'll head to eSupport. And this is where our articles are that will show you what to do. So if we go to eSupport, I'm just going to quickly show you. So when you go into your eSupport, so even if you sign up online today, we do have initial setup, which actually shows you all the training videos and articles in order to what you want to do when you first have your appointment, so you know what to do. The other option you have, if you hit home, you can scroll down and you can scroll down to your e-appointments. And you can see, here's your e-appointments articles. There's the step-by-step how to do articles. And you can see the list of articles. So you can see create promotion. There's several booked appointments. You can even see add appointment reason here for you. Or you can, if we go back to home, we can actually type in this case, and I always recommend putting e-appointments so we know which service that you're looking for, e-appointments, and then just putting promotions. And then if you search, there you can actually see that these are those promotions that you have here available for you. Great. So we're at that lovely section of want to know more. So of those people of what we've done today, once again, I will show this. My little dots are coming up and here's my poll. I've got a poll here. So if you guys want to know more about e-appointments, or e-forms or patient discovery, if you haven't got them yet and you would like to know more information, then we'll actually get someone from our sales team to get in contact with you. If you've already got the existing e-appointments and you would like some tips or little bit of guidance, then obviously, get in contact with our training department and we can obviously give you the link to book in a session with Vicky, and Vicky can help you with all the questions and answers that we have. So I'll just leave the poll up there for a while as people get interested. And Vicky, it's over to you now. They've got questions. To see if you've got any questions that we can look at now.
Sure. Okay, so I had a question from, let me just have a look, go back up because we've had quite a few questions.
Oh, great. Oh, we've got them all inspired.
There is one on e-appointments. So can you set the class to e-appointment so it automatically books into your appointment book as a specific color? So unfortunately you can't, but you can set up mandatory reasons. So a patient must select a reason for their e-appointment. This will then show as an appointment note and staff can update the class accordingly. Okay. Also, when you do book an appointment, the patient books an appointment online, there will be an O status that shows up on the appointment in the appointment book, which means online booking. So you can tell from that also. There is another question here. So how will I know from which directories patient discovery appointments are coming from? So you can use the Dental for Windows connected report in your e-services portal, and each appointment and its source are recorded and displayed in this report. So you can use the statuses and date filters to manage the results. And that's about it for now. Linda, back over to you.
Fantastic. Okay, well, we're done. I've just to end that poll now because that's all key. So of those people who are interested, yeah, we'll get someone in contact with you to give you some more information about that. No problem there at all. We've got a few more minutes, so we're quite happy to stay online just a little bit longer if anyone's got any questions that they can direct to us, or, you know, Mona, if you've got any questions for Mona on patient discovery, we've certainly got, we're happy to stay just on that little bit longer because we all appreciate you guys giving up time to do this webinar with us today. We greatly appreciate it. So any activity happening, Vicky, or we sort of, they all got questioned out throughout the webinar?
Let's have a look. What happens if a new patient doesn't attend their patient discovery appointment? Okay, so if a new patient books an appointment at your practice via one of our directory partners, and that patient fails to attend the appointment at your practice, you will not be charged. Okay. Are the new features available now online? Yes, they are. Yes, all features that we've gone through in this webinar are all now available online. Okay, how to set appointment timings for different practitioners and different appointments. Okay, Linda, do you want to answer this one? How to set appointment timings? Yeah.
Yes, certainly. So you can do them individually. You can, because we set up the providers in there in the provider reason. So we had the provider reason section before where I put the price in. You can actually indicate what provider reason, and you can do it for individual providers. So if you say, for example, have a provider that specifically is just doing implants, you can have all the appointments made for implants, and you can set the time that suits them. You also too, if you've got that varying group of dentists in your practice, got someone who's been around for donkey's years and can do a checkup and a clean in 15 minutes, but then you've got the new grad that needs probably half an hour, you can make those times individually. So in the appointment reasons, where I showed you how to add a reason, in there, you can actually put the time limit that you need for each of those appointments, and you can do them by individual provider so that it's not, we don't do reasons as a group practice, individual. So I hope that's answered your question there.
Yeah, and there is one more question. How can I tell if I have patient discovery already? In your e-services portal, there is somewhere where you can run reports. There is an analytical dashboard. And there is a little section in there that you can click on that has patient discovery, and you can run reports in there. Otherwise, feel free to get in contact with Centaur, and we can definitely let you know if it is something that is part of your package. Are there any more questions or anything you'd like us to clarify?
Okay. Well, I think on that note, I'd like to say, everyone, thank you so much for today and participating and asking us all these questions and being involved in our polls. I hope we've got you so excited about your online bookings, and you want to go out there and put on your provider profiles and your fees for your reasons. So on that note there, I would like to say thank you so much for watching, and everyone enjoy your day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.